best big game player in the business. You know, cup finals, important games, he'll come up with a goal. It's maybe out of this world.
He's also very, very strong and very aggressive. Believe you me, Sparky can look after himself.
For me, he was probably one of the best I've ever played against. Definitely one of the best players ever at holding the ball up and bringing people in.
With such glowing testament from fellow professionals, it was a surprise that Manchester United, after signing Andy Cole in January, were ready to let Mark Hughes go. But two painful tackles changed all that. Pavel Chernychek's studs cut Hughes to the bone. Eric Cantona's karate kick put his career in limbo.
How close were you to actually leaving?
But probably as close as you can get, I think. I hadn't actually spoken to anybody, but I think if I hadn't got injured in the Newcastle game, probably that week something probably would have happened.
What were your feelings at the time? Because you'd been at Old Trafford since I know you were away for a spell, but you'd been since you were 14.
Yeah, it was. I didn't want to leave, obviously, but the offer that I had was only a 12-month contract, and at this stage in my career, I needed more security than that. But obviously, the club felt that they couldn't really let me go to 33, where I would have a free transfer. So obviously that was in their mind, and I was classed as a foreign player as well. So the European angle obviously came into it as well. So it was a little bit of a stalemate.
How unsettling was that period for you?
It was difficult because all I wanted to do was just to settle my future. I moved into the house, and I just wanted to put some roots down and get at least the next 2-3 years of my life pretty much calm and settled.
The fans hailed a popular decision when Hughes was given a 2-year contract. But curiosity about managerial opinion was raised again on Sunday when he was relegated to substitute for the crucial game at West Ham. Why had United ever been prepared to let him go?
Yeah, well, I think that was all down to the age, really, the age factor and the European thing. We have to try and plan to that, and well, we want to do better in Europe. You know, that's the crux of it. And we have a problem with the foreign rule player and at Mark's age. We wanted to keep him, but the Mark was on wanted a longer contract. But then the Eric Cantona thing changed the whole situation, and we had to rethink the whole thing. And Mark appreciated that. It's not that we saying Mark Hughes is no longer good enough for Manchester United. Of course he is. It's just the conditions of him remaining was the problem.
A player's relationship with the man who buys and sells him can be turbulent. But differences have been settled, and the quiet man of the dressing room receives unstinting appreciation from teammates.
I think Sparky's got everything. His passing quality, you know, and he scores spectacular goals. Not just spectacular goals, he scores tap-ins. And I think he's all around brilliant as a player. He's world class.
I mean, he's very physical, isn't he? Thanks, mate.
The player, now afforded the status of Manchester United folk hero, first made his mark as a 17-year-old in the 1982 FA Youth Cup side that also included another man-boy in Norman Whiteside. Within 3 years, they were to combine again in United's 1985 FA Cup final team and forge a bond of lasting affection.
Here's Whiteside. Strachan is following up. Olsen on this side. That's all he's got. Whiteside shoots. It's there! Norman Whiteside has done it again.
He was great to play with, Mark. His natural strength is one. His ball control is out of this world. He's a great rapport with the supporters. and he gives 100%. I think if any footballer gives 100, 110%, you know, the supporters can't really ask for any more. And Mark does that every single game.
United decorated the cup with their colours, but that winning feeling wasn't quite what a young player might have expected.
The one thing that I do remember is that I didn't really feel part of it because it was my first full season in the first team, and I wasn't really part of the inner circle really, and I felt a little bit out of it. And I always remember when we went up for the cup, I was still going up the steps, and then all of a sudden the cup went up, and I thought, oh, I've missed out there. I wanted to be on the top level, so now whenever I've been up there since, I'm always at least second or third along.
Mark Hughes plays as if the devil was in him. He's competitive and confrontational, argumentative and fearless. The need for restraint often voiced by referees who've sent him off half a dozen times. Yet off the field, he's shy and self-effacing, almost apologetic.
I feel aggrieved sometimes, and I feel that if people are taking liberties, not just with me, not just with me, but with my teammates as well, I feel that I should do something about it, and that's what I do, and that's sometimes when I get in a little bit of trouble. But in saying that, I think that possibly that's why I have a good relationship with the fans of Manchester, because I think at times I can sense how they're feeling, and they can see that I know how they're feeling, and they appreciate that I try and do something about it.
After the rigours of battle, Mark Hughes likes to escape to the peace of the countryside, where he's now dubbed the Lord of Mottram, in a palatial new home that's complete with its own underground gymnasium, where he aims to keep fit enough to play till he's 35. Wembley is familiar turf, the FA Cup an old friend. Mark Hughes is aiming to win it for a fourth time.
We feel if we can play to our ability and we can knock it around, I think we haven't got any fear of anybody really. Obviously we're missing a few important players, and we have done for the last few weeks, but the young players have come in and done very well, and I'm sure that they'll do that again come Wembley.
Teammates have christened Hughes the Warrior or the Tasmanian Devil, an intimidating physical presence guaranteed to deliver explosive goals.